World News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide. Good day. This is World News in 5. The United States, Israel, and militant group Hamas had temporarily reached an agreement wherein the parties involved will halt its fighting to give way to the release of women and children hostages. According to the Washington Post, in a 6-page agreement, Israel and Hamas will stop its operations in at least 5 days, while 50 or more hostages will be released by small batches every 24 hours. Hamas took around 220 hostages when they launched a surprise attack in Israel on October 15th that resulted in the deaths of at least 1,200 people. The newspaper said there will be an air surveillance that will monitor the movement on the ground, which will also serve as a monitor to assist humanitarian aid. The release of the hostages will start in the coming days.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide. The government of Punjab province in Pakistan has required the mandatory use of face masks as 10 of its districts are experiencing dreadful smog. In a public order, Health Secretary Ali Jan Khan said that smog poses a serious and imminent threat to public health in all age groups. The districts affected by the mandate are Lahore, Nankana Sahib, Sheikhupura, Kasur, Gujranwala, Gujarat, Narwal, Hafizabad, Shalkot, and Mandi Bahuddin. The directive took effect on November 20th and will last until the 26th.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide. And news from the Philippines Foreign Service Post. Philippine Foreign Affairs Undersecretary for Migrant Workers Eduardo de Vega, accompanied by Philippine Ambassador to Egypt Ezedin Tago, had the opportunity to meet with several officials of Egypt's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Undersecretary De Vega met with the cabinet of Assistant Foreign Minister of the Foreign Minister Ambassador Alaa Hegazi to extend Philippine appreciation for Egypt's assistance during the evacuation of Filipinos from Gaza and Sudan in April. He later convened with the Assistant Foreign Minister for Consular Affairs, Ambassador Ismael Khairat, and his Deputy, Ambassador Dalia Abdel Fattah, to discuss the embassy's coordination during evacuations from Gaza and other topics related to the Filipinos in Egypt. Furthermore, Undersecretary De Vega met with the Assistant Foreign Minister for Multilateral Affairs and International Security, Ambassador Ehab Badawi, to discuss multilateral cooperation and global migration issues.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide. In other consular affairs, Philippine Ambassador Raymond Balatbat met with Lebanese Minister of Labor Mostafa Bayram to discuss the Philippine Embassy's voluntary mass repatriation of Filipino nationals in light of the tensions in the southern border of Lebanon. Ambassador Balatbat informed Minister Bayram that 59 out of the 286 Filipino nationals who signed up to avail of the embassy's voluntary mass repatriation were not allowed to return to the Philippines, rather were not allowed to return to the Philippines due to their current contractual obligations. in response to the embassy's request for the Minister's assistance and the Ministry of Labor or MOL's possible intervention in such cases, both parties came up with practical solutions and steps that are beneficial to both the Filipino migrant workers and their employers. Said measures will be immediately implemented by the Embassy's Migrant Workers Affairs, Office or MWO, to provide the much-needed assistance to distressed Filipino nationals who wish to return to the Philippines. Minister Bayram emphasized that the Ministry of Labor prioritizes the welfare and safety of Filipino migrant workers in Lebanon. The Philippine Embassy, along with MWO and Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, or OWA, will continue to engage relevant Lebanese institutions to promote the protection and welfare of Filipino nationals in Lebanon, particularly during times of heightened tensions and uncertainty in the country.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day.
World News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.